Lumiere and Faith Family Academy about to get underway here from Duncanville, here on League Ready. And we're underway. Faith Family Academy, the Eagles starters, Tayshawn Williams, Gavin Placide, Caden Johnson, Xavier Young, and Josiah Rose. Opening possession, Lumiere tosses it out of bounds. We'll give you their starters as well. Devin Cleveland, Jacob Weber, Jonathan Sanderson, Gabe Weiss, and Fernandez Wright. For Lumiere, Pat Holmes, the head coach. And for the Eagles of Faith Family Academy, Brandon Thomas, as they get conference action, the EYBL Scholastic League underway here this afternoon, a part of the Duncanville Thanksgiving Hoopfest, as the three-point shot misfired from Weber and brought up the floor here for Lumiere. Get in the half-court set, Devin Cleveland, the shooting guard out of Chicago, ranked third in the country at his position, as it's almost taken away off the midcourt line, and Gabe Weiss picks it up about a minute into the opening quarter. No score, but pulling up from the elbow, Jonathan Sanderson sinks it. And Lumiere scores the first two of this one, as the Eagles, who went 27-9 a year ago, playing a national schedule, departing from the UIL after 2024. Josiah Rose, paint entry down low, turning with the left. It doesn't roll down, and Lumiere strong on the glass. They set it up in transition, and Weiss misses the bunny, but puts it right back in, adding a couple points and a board on his run up the floor. It's a 4-0 start for Lumiere. In this matchup, a team that produced quite a bit of talent. Both of these teams very talented. Top 25 in the Sports Center. Next, ESPN Top 25 high school basketball rankings, so should see a fantastic matchup here this afternoon. A 4-0 lead for Lumiere, taking on Faith Family Academy, a part of this Duncanville Thanksgiving Hoopfest. For Lumiere, a team that in 2022 made it all the way to the quarterfinals and had 9 appearances at the Geico High School Nationals, with plenty of standout alums and certainly a ton of big-time players to watch in this one. Gabe Weiss, who just scored a couple baskets, a 4-star on ESPN. He's signed to Western Carolina. As the Eagles bring it up, looking for their first bucket, Caden Johnson trying to start things up. Johnson closely guarded. Do have a shot clock in this one. We'll keep you posted on it when necessary. 30-second timers here in conference action, albeit maybe not on your screen, as there's a foul called when it was being brought up the floor by Jonathan Sanderson. Just a couple minutes into action, Lumiere with the advantage, 4-0 there on top. And the first foul committed by the Eagles, and first of this ball game. So Sanderson walking it up the floor. The Notre Dame pledge trying to quarterback this offense. He feeds it down low to Weiss. He somehow has the catch, and it's put back in, crashing the glass for Fernandez Wright. And it's a 6-0 start for Lumiere. Coming from LaPorte, Indiana, and a drive inside. What a tough take on the baseline, Gavin Placide. Perhaps the top player for this Faith Family squad, with an impressive drive on the baseline to get the Eagles on the board. Another cut inside to Weiss, and it's going to be foul called against the Eagles. They're feeding Weiss early and often, showing the ability to run the floor. Already a basket in this one, drawing the contact there as well. It'll be a baseline out of bounds set, as a couple subs checking in here for Lumiere. Gunnerden Solongo checking into the ball game, a very talented man off the bench. A 4-star sophomore, 7 feet tall, for number 44 in white, also a Notre Dame pledge. As the Eagles set up their offense, Caden Johnson, a driving kick. Josiah Rose trying to go to work on the wing. He calls for the high screen, and the help comes. Trying to wrap around the end is Placide. Now 5 seconds on the timer. Reverse layup rolls off. Xavier Young couldn't connect, and Jonathan Sanderson brings it across. Wide open three, just off the mark there from Rivers Knight, and it's pulled down by the Eagles. 6-2, Lumiere out in front by a pair of baskets with 4.5 to go in this opening quarter. Josiah Rose from inside the three-point arc, just short in the 7-footer. Gon Erden Solango, 7 feet tall, 260 pounds for the center, was able to get on the glass there as teams trade missed jump shots, that one from distance. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Josiah Rose, 6'3" guard out of Arlington. They flip it around the perimeter. Now the drive downhill, Placide. He's rejected. Jacob Weber with a nice stop. Weber showing his prowess on the defensive end. Has the ability to fill it up. A signee to Purdue as that's wrestled down off the glass there by Placide. Placide set to be a Demon Deacon, signed to Wake Forest, number 12 in black, who has it out front right now for Faith Family Academy out of Oak Cliff, with 3.5 to go in this opening quarter. Johnson down to Placide. Oh man, he was looking to hammer the rim instead. He got fouled. Looking for highlights, Placide's got plenty of those. Mentioned the Wake Forest sign. He had plenty of offers as the 14th best center in the country for his class, the 4-star. Looking to hammer the rim there. He transferred to Faith Family in July. Coming over this summer after spending his junior season at Sunrise Christian Academy in Kansas. Before that was at Utah Prep, so he's been to a handful of very quality programs now here with Faith Family Academy, and again, taking his talents to Winston-Salem, North Carolina to compete in the ACC for the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest next year. As the 4-star earned a couple of shots at the foul line, looking to close out and hammer the rim instead. The foul, the first there for Lumiere, 2 on the Eagles so far, and the second foul shot doesn't go down either. So Placide comes up empty at the foul line, the 6'9" junior center, originally from Colorado, as we mentioned, has moved around quite a bit, but Lumiere turns it over, back to the Eagles. Expect a lot of action from Placide in this one. Rose down low, banging in the paint, and it's off the back of the rim, almost corralled down on the attempt there by Placide. The aforementioned 6'9", 200-pound center, and it goes out the baseline, staying on this end. 6-2, Lumiere out in front as these teams begin EYBL conference action here this afternoon, a part of the Hoopfest here in Duncanville. Deep 2, clanks off the back of the rim by Caden Johnson. And now down on the floor, the rebound picked up by Fernandez Wright. Wanting to run, Jacob Weber. And cut off on the baseline drive was Peyton Kemp. Kick it back out to Fernandez Wright. Now Rivers Knight, known to be a marksman, unable to connect on his first 2 attempts from outside on the wing. And then a foul committed going back up the other end. Jacob Weber right by the timeline. A foul committed there. Xavier Young also checking into the ball game. For the Eagles,
Josiah Jones.
So Brandon Thomas, the head coach for Faith Family Academy, blowing some substitutions. Some really big-time players have come out of his program, multiple state championships on his resume, now joining the EYBL, as plenty of new teams have entered into the conference this season. Good post defense there down low by Fernandez Wright to force the miss. And Jonathan Sanderson has it out front. Peyton Kemp from the elbow. It's long. Rebound crashed by Xavier Young, who just checked into the game, gives it off to Josiah Rose, just a sophomore. Already plenty of power 4 offers for Rose. Gives it off to Placide. There's a couple of Placides on this team. And that's one of them in Gallagher Placide. There's also Gavin Placide. Yes, they are related. They're both going on to play at the next level at Wake Forest. So, cool story there for Faith Family Academy. There's the brothers, both playing for Faith Family. And, oh, man, another near highlight reel dunk as the tomahawk attempt from Jonathan Sanderson didn't go. If you're going to foul, you want to foul hard. And even a foul almost didn't stop what would have put this place in a frenzy on the attempt. John Sanderson wasn't looking for the layup or just nice two-handed flush. He was looking to cock it back as far as he could and hammer the rim into next week. But the 6'2", 185-pound point guard, he is known for plenty of highlight plays. He can look plenty of them up. Tons of tape on a man who's ranked as the 10th best point guard in the country, signed to Notre Dame. Transferred to La Lumiere in May after spending time on the prep scene in Nashville, Tennessee. La Lumiere out of Indiana a season ago for Sanderson, who nearly had the highlight of the day. But both teams have had those opportunities for highlight dunks, something you'd expect with two top 25 teams going at it to open up EYBL Scholastic League Conference action here this afternoon. But both teams have come up empty at the foul line on those tries for big highlight reel dunks after the fact as well. So good fouls on that part. As Jones looking for the crossover there, then it hits off the foot of Devin Cleveland. And it goes out of play. So it stays on this end. Tayshawn Williams set to trigger it in from the sideline. They'll reset the shot clock as well, just 59 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. And Williams checks it in. Just 6-2 the score. La Lumiere out in front by 4. But the Eagles can cut it to a one-possession game. They have the ball now. Rose out front, crossover, hesitates, kicks, 3 from Williams. He knocks it down, Braden Williams, the 4-star. Sharp shooting out of the corner for the junior, and it's a one-point game. Now Sanderson walks it back up the floor. With 27 seconds left in the opening quarter. And they stop play for the moment. 3 fouls on Faith Family Academy, just 1 on La Lumiere. 20 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Sanderson puts it on the deck, gets the screen from Weiss, takes off, kicks out. 1 more, 10 seconds left. Drive inside for Kemp, looking for the lob there to right. It was deflected. Now Weiss from the elbow. It's off the backboard, too strong. Williams picks it up. Just 1 second left. He can't get off a last-second try. And we come to the close of the opening quarter. 6-5, La Lumiere on top. Scoring drought. That's what we had, a very low-scoring opening quarter of action to begin conference play. You're watching League Ready EYBL conference action here, a part of the Duncanville Hoopfest. Back here at Duncanville, 6-5 score. La Lumiere leading Faith Family Academy. Will Connerly with you here on League Ready, EYBL Scholastic League Conference action, a part of the Duncanville Hoopfest. And we're off to play here in the second quarter. A 6-5 edge. Baskets from three different La Lumiere players in the opening quarter. A three-pointer and a two-point field goal as Weiss goes for distance. It's too strong, and it goes out of play. Anyway, though, for La Lumiere, they had Sanderson, Wright, and Weiss each have field goals in the first quarter to account for their 6 points. On the other side, it was Placide and Williams. On the side for Faith Family Academy, accounting for their points, Williams with the three-pointer. Now they enter down low. Look inside. Going up with the left there was Gavin Placide. Then it hit off the foot of Faith Family Academy and stays going up the other end. So 6-5 the score. Very low scoring opening quarter. Both teams really chilly from the floor. La Lumiere shooting 3 of 14. Faith Family Academy shooting 2 of 13. So a little chilly from the floor. And again, conference action, looking for easy looks, and that's what Jonathan Sanderson has there. If you remember in the opening quarter, he had a very difficult look as he cocked the ball all the way back, looking to slam the rim with one hand, unable to do it, and he earned a trip to the foul line. Rose comes up empty from distance, picked up by Kemp. La Lumiere ahead 8-5 after the most recent basket there from Sanderson. He leads all scorers with 4 points. Does the four-star Notre Dame pledge? And he can really fill it up. That's one thing heading into this game. Probably one of the more intriguing storylines was John Sanderson. Get into number 10 in white in a moment as it's Weber who fires from three and buries it. Jacob Weber, the 6'6 sharpshooter, out of the corner. Another one of the 4 stars for La Lumiere. Signed to Purdue, and he knocks it down from 3, 11-5. La Lumiere out in front. And the Eagles wrestle that one away. It's Caden Johnson who takes control, and inside, there's the flush. Gavin Placide with the easy finish. It's 11-7. A 4-point edge for La Lumiere. They have the basketball. Peyton Kemp. Offense getting going a little bit more to begin the second quarter. As Kemp looks for the take inside. Placide looking to take the rebound. Instead, it's Johnson. They want to go quickly up the floor. 3-point shot. Misses off the front of the rim. Instead, the putback. Oh, boy. Gavin Placide with a pair of slams in the second quarter. And now Weiss too quick up the floor, and it's deflected last off him, so ball back to the Eagles. 11-9 the score. A couple of Gavin Placide dunks has made it just a 2-point game. My goodness, Placide wasn't even the one who tried for the initial putback. But the second effort, well, it was there for Gavin Placide. He's the 14th ranked center in the country. Then you got Gallagher Placide as well. He's the 18th ranked power forward in the nation. Both of those brothers heading to play at Wake Forest, originally from Colorado. Have moved to a few prep schools, Utah Prep, Sunrise Christian last year. And now here, Faith Family Academy in Oak Cliff in the DFW area this year. He wants to go downhill again. He's denied by the 7-footer, Gonarden Salongo. That'll be a fantastic matchup in this one as Cleveland driving down the way. Gets fouled on his attempt to the rack, but before he was able to get the shot off with 5:03 to go in the second quarter. Second foul against the Eagles here in this second frame. And a pair of foul shots upcoming. Neither team's made a foul shot yet in this ball game. Both teams 0 for 2. La Lumiere 1 of 7 from distance for the Eagles. They're 1 of 5 from outside. And you jinxed it there. You see the foul shot connected. There by Devin Cleveland, the shooting guard out of Chicago. Ranked as the third best shooting guard in the country in the junior class of 2027 as he knocks down the pair of foul shots. Offers from Marquette, Arkansas, Arizona State, Illinois, and many others for the four-star. Drive inside, oh boy, that's 3 of them for Gavin Placide. He is just cleaning up on the glass and putting back dunks left and right. It's kicked out. Drive down for Rivers Knight. Back out to Weber. Can really stroke it from distance, and instead the rebound caroms into the hands of Rivers Knight, but a foul called. Pushing and shoving for the rebound, so that'll be the Eagles
Family, number 21.
who get tagged for it.
Substitution for Faith Family.
Johnson getting tagged with the foul. He'll come off. That's the second on Johnson. So Caden Johnson for the Eagles off. And a 13-12 Lumiere lead. They've led the entirety of this ball game. And a 3-ball buried. Jonathan Sanderson starting to feel it. And Lumiere is from outside. A couple threes being buried by the Lakers here in this second frame after a slow start on offense after one quarter. Just 6-5 after the first stanza of this one, taken away by Sanderson. Averaged 24 points a game last year playing in Nashville, Tennessee. He was named the Gatorade Player of the Year in Tennessee a year ago. Heading to Notre Dame and has a little family tie with Fighting Irish as well. His father, John, is the men's basketball director of strength and conditioning at Notre Dame. That's where John Sanderson is headed, as his squad is up here in EYBL conference action getting underway this afternoon. Baseline shot is well too short. Rebound cleaned up by Devin Cleveland. He came over from Kenwood Academy in Chicago to play for Lumiere. He steps up from distance and can't connect the 3 from straight away. Maxwell Moody into the ball game, running the offense. And 3, that's deflected on the hard closeout there by Rivers Knight. And tight defense being applied by Lumiere. They're on the break. Cleveland steps in the paint, goes up with the left, leaves it short, gets his own board, doesn't fall in. No friendly roll there, and Placide, Gavin Placide that is able to wrestle it down on the glass. Both Placides hang out in the painted area for Faith Family Academy. And that's Sanderson being called for the contact, the second foul against Lumiere here in this second quarter. 2:52 to go in quarter number 2, and a 16-11 lead for Lumiere.
Number 3, Jacob Weber.
Lumiere, just 188 students is their enrollment. They've got some brilliant student athletes on the hardwood right now. One of the top teams in the country is Derek James and Faith Family Academy, able to break a drought, putting it in for an easy 2. That's Tayshawn Williams, who was able to put that one in. 16-13, the edge for Lumiere, up by 1 possession with the basketball in their hands with 2.5 to go until halftime. Cut inside, it's taken away. Good steal by Williams after his bucket, and oh boy, Gavin Placide punishes the rim. It's his 4th dunk this quarter. And he makes it a 1-point game. 2 minutes to go in the second. Gavin Placide is having a big-time game this afternoon. Wrapping around is Kemp, high off the window. Peyton Kemp showing his prowess. Junior undeclared, but a 4-star and plenty of offers in the mailbox. Pretty much for all these players, let's be honest. Maxwell Moody gives it off. Rose rises off the back of the rim. Placide could not grab the offensive rebound. What a box out from Ferlandis Wright of Lumiere. Devin Cleveland, oh, slippery. It penetrates, kicks, and the 3 It rolls down. Fernandez Wright gets rewarded after a great defensive board. He knocks down a 3 on the other end, extends the lead to 6. We've got 70 seconds to go in the first half. Maxwell Moody for Faith Family Academy with under a minute to go until halftime. A closely contested game. Tayshawn Williams back out to Moody. It rolls off the rim. And now Peyton Kemp will walk it up the floor. Just 40 seconds to go. And off the screen, the shot from Jacob Weber doesn't roll because instead it was a foul against La Lumiere off the ball. Looks like they're tagging Gabe Weiss on that one. With 37 seconds left in the second quarter until halftime, Tayshawn Williams will start us off on the inbounds from the sideline. Caden Johnson handles the basketball. A 6-point edge for La Lumiere. Give it off to Placide, and oh man, he is having a ball game. Placide's got a dozen already, 12 of the 17 on the board for Faith Family Academy have come from Gavin Placide, putting the Eagles on his back this afternoon. A 4-point edge for La Lumiere. Looks like they'll hold for a final try until halftime. Sanderson stepping into the 3 with confidence, deflected out of play by Fernandez Wright off the miss from Sanderson. Now just 3 of 12 from 3-point range this afternoon for La Lumiere, but the Lakers, all 3 of those 3-point makes have come here in the second quarter. It was just 6-5 after 1 quarter. We've seen a little more offense. Final shot before halftime. Off the back of the rim. Good look from Caden Johnson. It didn't go. And we've got a ball game. 21-17. La Lumiere on top by 4 at halftime. Gavin Placide with a dozen for the Eagles in the first half, trying to keep them in this one. We'll step aside. You're watching EYBL Scholastic League Conference action here on League Ready, a part of the Duncanville Hoopfest. Back to action here in the second half. La Lumiere leading 21-17. Faith Family Academy starting with the basketball here in the second half. Attempt for Rose eventually goes on the second effort.
Josiah Rose.
There was a lot of Gavin Placide in that first half for the Eagles. He had 12 of the then 17 points for Faith Family Academy in the first half of action. And he has the ball now. He drives inside and adds on 14. Man, Gavin Placide going to work. The junior, 6'9", 200, the four-star, committed to Wake Forest. The three-pointer buried on the other end. Jacob Weber, we told you he could shoot. He's knocked down 2 triples so far in this one. Jacob Weber, he chose Purdue back in September. Averaged 22 points a game as a junior. Placide grabs the rebound, it's kicked out. Oh, three buried, Caden Johnson. He had missed his first 3 tries from the floor, but Johnson able to connect. He previously attended DeSoto High School. He's familiar with this gym. DeSoto and Duncanville, big rivals. That knocks us at 24 as well. Great ball game on our hands. Jonathan Sanderson out to Weber again, and it's too strong. Placide on the glass. His 6th rebound. And a cut inside, looking for Placide. It's easy for him all day long. And the Eagles taking their first lead of the ball game. Placide now with 16. Airballed on 3 on Gabe Weiss's attempt. Both these teams ranked in the top 25 of ESPN SportsCenter Next's high school basketball boys top 25 rankings released a couple of days ago. For week 1. Both were preseason top 25 and in the top 25 as well. After a week for the deciphering and, of course, mixing and matching all year long with plenty of other top 25 teams within the conference, and plenty of them here, 5 of them a part of this Duncanville Hoopfest. And Pat Holmes, his 9th year at La Lumiere. Been an assistant at the school since 2014, then was hired as the head coach in 2017. Very involved within the entire athletic department as he serves as an associate athletic director and was a graduate of Notre Dame, where he does have some of his players headed as well to the next level, like John Sanderson. Led the team to a 15-13 record last year. They went 2-7 in EYBL Scholastic League play. And for Faith Family Academy, they're going to start off their play in EYBL on a positive note. They had trailed all game long until just a moment ago, and they lead by 2. John Sanderson gives it off to Weber. And now Wright going to work in the paint. Turns. Oh, what a post move for Wright, going baseline over the top there of Xavier Young for 2 to tie us at 26. Eagles looking for an answer. Back and forth here at Duncanville. Placide tries to pull on the jumper, just fighting for it is Josiah Rose. He sticks it back in. Sanderson feed over the top. Oh, pushed out of play. Xavier Young showing the hustle. Had the potential for a wide open layup. Instead, Young bats it out of play.
For Faith Family, number 10, Gallagher Placide. Number 4, Josiah Jones.
Sanderson leaves it short. Peyton Kemp grabs the offensive rebound. His attempt doesn't go either. 2-point lead for the Eagles, who trailed the entirety of the first half. Caden Johnson. Four seconds on the shot clock. Deep three. Way out there on the wing from Gallagher. Placide doesn't go. Now Sanderson finds a shooter. It's Jacob Weber. And it rolls off the rim. But Gon Erden Solango fighting on the glass for it. And he gets fouled. What else were you going to do to move the 7-foot, 260-pound center out of the way? And now Sanderson gives it out to Solango. And number 44 puts it in. The 4 stars, the 33rd ranked center in the country in the senior class. 7 feet tall, 260 pounds, out of Mongolia. Going to Notre Dame, along with John Sanderson, as those were the two that connected on that pass, following in the footsteps of Pat Holmes, the head coach as well, who also went there. We're knotted at 28.
Personal foul on Lumiere, number 1.
So for Faith Family Academy, we mentioned they played a national schedule after departing UIL in 2024, played a lot of really quality teams, Utah Prep, St. Benedict's Prep, IMG, many others, and then they joined the Scholastic here in the summer of 2025. Brandon Thomas, though, he's won a pair of state championships and coached for nearly 2 decades, a native of Dallas, and also played collegiately at Grambling State. So for this school out of Oak Cliff, Texas, nearby, they definitely have produced quite a bit of talent in recent memory as well. TJ Caldwell, Ole Miss, Jaden Toppin, of course, from Texas Tech. King Grace as well, most recently. And look over the top, and just Gavin Placide at the rim is too tough to handle. Approaching 20 points on the afternoon, and he extends it to a 4-point lead, the largest for the Eagles this afternoon, but it gets evaporated pretty quickly. Rivers Knight, known to be a sniper from distance as well, and he makes it a 1-point game. We have seen some very flashy offense, contested shot making, tough driving, and standout dunks as well throughout the second and third quarter. Gallagher Placide knocks it down, the brother of Gavin Placide, who's having a standout afternoon. And Devin Cleveland fouled on his take to the cup there in a 3-point ball game with the Eagles leading. Again, they trailed the entirety of the first half. They pushed it out for about 5 seconds to a 4-point lead. And then it quickly dwindled down to 1 after a 3-pointer was connected by Rivers Knight. But it's been pretty tightly contested throughout the entirety of this ball game. For a moment, Lumiere, they got their lead up to 3 possessions, but other than that, that's all they've got. And Jonathan Sanderson has got a lot in his bag. He can go downhill in a hurry, and he puts it on the deck for an easy finish on the driving layup to make it a 1-point deficit for Lumiere. Rivers Knight closely defending as they give it off to Gavin Placide in the corner. Trying to pass. Gives it back out top to Maxwell Moody. Gallagher Placide setting the screen. Moody had trouble going off it, and he coughs it up out of bounds. Turns it over with 1:36 to go in the third quarter. 1-point game in favor of the Eagles of Faith Family Academy. Peyton Kemp leaves it short. Now Maxwell Moody nearly slips. He gives it off to Josiah Jones. Now Gavin Placide. Braden Williams on the drive, and he gets fouled on his attempt to go right at John Sanderson, one of the two Notre Dame pledges for this Lumiere Lakers squad. And he gets tagged with his second personal on a quality take as Moody has it triggered in. Brings it back out front. Offense spaced out. Trying to do it himself is Maxwell Moody, and another foul called against Lumiere on a downhill attack by the Eagles. So the penetration, perhaps something they could take advantage of, trying to get the Lakers in foul trouble and find some easy baskets. The paint has been the most friendly area of the court for the Eagles, and just as we say that, a three-ball rained home from Braden Williams. Braden Williams, the 4-star and 32nd ranked shooting guard in the country in the junior class. He previously attended Boswell High School over in Fort Worth, Texas, nearby. Transferred to Faith Family in July. Plays for B Elite on the AAU circuit, a part of the Nike EYBL. Originally from Spanish Town, Jamaica, for the 4-star.
No basket.
And a 4-point edge, matching the largest lead for Faith Family Academy once again.
Number 21, Caden Johnson.
Take the basketball as well. Caden Johnson in the game alongside Josiah Jones, Xavier Young, Braden Williams. It's Rose out front now. 7 seconds to go in the third. Eagles want a final shot. Braden Williams takes it. Leaves it short. Offensive glass put back in by Josiah Rose. And it's a 6-point edge heading into the fourth. What an effort to end the third quarter, 39-33. And the Eagles soar into the fourth with their largest lead of the afternoon. You're watching League Ready Basketball here at the Duncanville Hoopfest.
Lumiere.
39-33 heading into the fourth quarter of action. Faith Family Academy, strong third quarter for them. They trailed the entirety of the first half, but outscored Lumiere 22-12 in the third quarter, and they're ahead by 6 as we start the fourth. 3 left short there from the corner. And the Eagles A huge effort play by Josiah Rose to put it in to end the third, to give them a 6-point lead heading into the final frame as they outscore Lumiere by 10 points in the third frame of action. And just about 30 seconds into the fourth quarter, have a foul called against Lumiere. And in that third quarter, very impressive effort, especially from Gavin Placide. He had 6 points in the quarter alone. In and out on the attempt from Rose. Rebound pulled down by Jacob Weber. And it's worked around the perimeter. Lumiere have shown the ability to make threes, knocking down 5 of them this afternoon. Sanderson, shot clock about to expire, and it's splashed, the 6th three. And Rivers Knight doing work from distance. 6 threes on 21 tries for the Lakers, and they make it just a 3-point deficit. Have a feeling this one's going to come down to the wire. And the conference opener for both of these sides, again for Faith Family Academy, new to the EYBL Scholastic League. And then on the other side, Lumiere, a team that went 2-7 a year ago within this conference action. They begin conference action a part of conference play, albeit a part of the Duncanville Hoopfest as well. Both teams trying to start conference play off on the right foot, and we've got a back-and-forth battle here in the fourth quarter in Duncanville. Fading away in the post, and Gavin Placide couldn't connect. It's picked up by Devin Cleveland. 3-point ball game. Rivers Knight. Hand off to Cleveland. He wants a screen again. They feed it down to the 7-footer. Gone Erden Salongo. Kick out to Cleveland. Well behind the arc. It rolls off. Sanderson going for the board. A foul called instead. It looks like they're going to tag Caden Johnson of Faith Family Academy on the contact. And he will get tagged with the foul. Knight for 3. Ooh, just offline for Rivers Knight, and Salongo couldn't corral the rebound. Caden Johnson wants to push it. Off to Rose, drive inside. What a find, and a finish as well! Oh boy, what a flush there for Xavier Young. A 5-point edge now for the Eagles. Well executed on the break. Sanderson, driving kick, 3 fired, and strong from Devin Cleveland. Caden Johnson now setting things up. Xavier Young with a brilliant flush off the feed from Rose. As good as it gets on the fast break. Executed from Brandon Thomas's team. And a travel call down low. Xavier Young one too many steps after he had the easy finish on the dunk last trip down. He walks on the block on this attempt. And a 41-36 ball game we have on our hands here.
Have you ever met a girl that you tried to
4:57 to go in the fourth quarter, and a timeout called after the turnover there on the walk. But we'll take a look at some of the numbers in this one. Biggest thing that stands out so far today, probably Gavin Placide. Not only does he have 18 points and 8 rebounds, that should be enough for you in just 26 minutes on the court tonight. He also has 4 dunks for the 4-star, who's ranked as the 14th best center in the junior class, and the 6'9", 200-pound pledge, originally from Centennial, Colorado, signed to play at Wake Forest for the Demon Deacons, as we mentioned. It's his 3rd school in 3 years on the prep scene, and now he's having the opportunity, and he's had all those stops with his brother, his twin brother, Gallagher Placide, who's also been in the action tonight as well. Both of them going to Wake Forest. A really cool story that, of course, will continue to get to follow throughout EYBL Scholastic League Conference play for Faith Family Academy, and the opportunity Brandon Thomas, the head coach for the Eagles, has. But this is an Eagles team that trailed the entirety of the first half, outscore Lumiere by 10 in the third quarter, And Gavin Placide's been a big storyline tonight. 9 of 16 from the floor, 18 points and 8 rebounds, too shy now of a double-double, but a game-high 9 points. As Jonathan Sanderson brings it up the floor. He's got 9 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. The Notre Dame pledge has filled up the stat sheet as well. Feed down low for Landis Wright, working on the paint. It's deflected from behind by Gavin Placide and picked up by the Eagles. A 5-point edge with 4.5 to go. Back to play out of the timeout. What a crossover inside, and the lob attempt going there to Xavier Young, but instead an offensive foul called against Caden Johnson off the ball. Each team with a pair of fouls in this fourth quarter. Pretty clean game played so far. And it's been really an even game. Both teams extremely physical down low with some standouts in the paint, some sharp shooting as well. You look for it for Sanderson here, and he delivers from the corner in front of his bench. He brings his team within 2, and he's now at double digits as well. The first for the Lakers to get there. 2-point ball game. 4 minutes to go here from Duncanville. Gavin Placide picks up his dribble and he feeds it down low. Spinning and twisting and turning in the paint and losing the handle on it as a triple team came. It's still loose on the ground, and somehow, eventually, Josiah Rose, who made the all-out effort play at the end of the third quarter, all-out effort play at the end of the third, to have a putback for them to score, to head into the fourth quarter up by 6. He's the one who comes up with it and gets fouled and finds himself at the foul line. But high-level effort play in one area that you look at in the effort category, typically the glass. And when you look at the glass today, 30 rebounds for Faith Family Academy, 29 for the Lakers of La Lumiere. So pretty even on the glass. La Lumiere, 9 assists on 15 made field goals, 3 assists from Weiss, 3 from Sanderson, who does have a dozen points to lead the way right now. John Sanderson pretty much doing it all. 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists for the Lakers. That leads the team in all those categories. Gavin Placide with 18 and 8 right now for the Eagles. But it's Josiah Rose at the foul line. And he's able to drill that foul shot. Feels like every point down the stretch getting to be a big one as the Eagles call a timeout here in a closely contested battle in this fourth quarter of action. Will Connerly, happy to be with you here on League Ready EYBL Scholastic League Conference action between 2 SportsCenter Next ESPN top 25 teams in the country. You're seeing some of the best high school basketball in the nation. 4 stars all across the court here in this game, and some of the top players in the country all throughout conference play. You'll see those here on League Ready. It's going to be fantastic as we get the year kicked off here at the Duncanville Hoopfest here in Duncanville, Texas, just south of Dallas, Texas, where, of course, this Duncanville gym, brilliant, and it's been home to plenty of banners as well. They've had plenty of success themselves, the Panthers have, hosting the Duncanville Hoopfest. But 3:44 to go and a 43-39 score. And for an Eagles team that trailed all game long, La Lumiere ranked 15th in the country, 23rd coming in for Faith Family Academy. And it's been a back-and-forth affair all game long. First half, La Lumiere led the entire way. And Sanderson, oh, man, he's been tough. 14 points for John Sanderson, and doing a little bit of everything from distance, the rack attacks as well, driving downhill, and an easy layup there for him, even with his momentum stopped. Feed inside. Oh, boy, Xavier Young with a pair of big flushes in the fourth. And Xavier Young extending the lead back to 4 points with 3 minutes to go. It's crunch time. Stepping into the three. Can't get that wide open, or more wide open than that for Rivers Knight. But he misfires from out front. Under 3 to go in the fourth. Josiah Rose has it for the Eagles, hanging on to a 4-point lead. Caden Johnson has it roll off. And Jacob Weber showing some fight on the glass. Sanderson back out to Rivers Knight. They want to get him looks from the perimeter. That time he walked it down to the paint and couldn't connect. 2.5 minutes on the clock and ticking. Here in the fourth quarter of action, a 45-41 lead for the Eagles. Free ball knocked down by Caden Johnson, and that is a massive shot. A 7-point edge by Faith Family Academy. Their largest lead of the afternoon comes with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go on a big three-pointer hit by Caden Johnson. His second three-pointer of the afternoon. He has 2 of the 4 that the Eagles have connected this afternoon. They're just 4 of 17 from outside, but 2 of them coming from Caden Johnson. And what a clutch three-point shot there from Johnson. Exactly what the doctor ordered if you're Faith Family Academy. We mentioned they were down early in this ball game, but never wavered. Lumiere had a 6-point edge. They opened up this game 6-0. And after one quarter it was 6-5. Nobody was scoring. Now it's opened up a little bit, 48-41. And Faith Family Academy taking their largest lead at 48-41. Caden Johnson perhaps delivering the biggest blow. Plenty of time left in the ballgame, especially with the 30-second shot clock. But Caden Johnson mentioned he knows how to shoot in this gym. He played at DeSoto last year. DeSoto's biggest rival, Duncanville. So he's played here quite a bit. And Caden Johnson transferring in October to Faith Family Academy from DeSoto, originally from Wilmington, Delaware, but the 6'4" guard, oh boy, a big shot for him, 2 3-pointers. The response though, Cleveland banging it in. Devin Cleveland says don't talk too much on the other side about Caden Johnson, because Devin Cleveland earning some shine as well. And a quick timeout as well. So back to a 4-point game with 1:47 to go. In the fourth quarter, back and forth in a closely contested conference opener. What we expected with 2 top 25 teams in the country going at it this afternoon to begin conference play, where it's the best high school basketball in the country that you can see all throughout action. And of course on League Ready as well, you have that brilliant opportunity. Devin Cleveland, a 6'3" junior shooting guard out of Chicago, ranked as the 3rd best shooting guard in the country in the junior class. He's a 4-star, undeclared, but he'll have plenty of options to declare his commitments to the next level after playing at Kenwood Academy in Chicago. Transferred to Lumiere in May, attended the USA Basketball men's junior team camp in 2024 and 2025. And for Devin Cleveland, just hit a massive shot. Lumiere has the ability from deep. They really do, and that's one thing that shows they can get back in any game. Devin Cleveland, Jonathan Sanderson, Rivers Knight, Gabe Weiss, they are all showing the ability to shoot threes. They've made 8 3-pointers this afternoon. Looking for the all-reliable Gavin Placide down low, who has 18 points. He'll have a chance to make it 20 with a pair of foul shots upcoming.
Going to the free throw line for...
Just 91 seconds remaining in regulation. Thanks for joining us on League Ready this afternoon here on YouTube. With some fantastic EYBL Scholastic League Conference action here at Duncanville, the part of the Hoopfest. Great basketball going on, and of course, a pair of games we'll have tomorrow on League Ready as well, along with Sunday as well, carrying all the EYBL Scholastic League Conference games. For Gavin Placide and this Eagles team, who are in the bonus for the rest of the way, and Placide able to connect on 1 of 2 at the line. He's now got 19 points and 8 rebounds. Sanderson for 3, too strong. Rebound pulled down there by Knight, and the 3 doesn't go from Cleveland, and it's still going to stay on this end. So 49-44, Faith Family Academy leading. Didn't waver after going down by a few possessions early, just weathered the storm of slow offense. They got Gavin Placide, the Wake Forest pledge, going. He's got 19 of the 49 for Faith Family Academy. And they outscore Lumiere out of the locker room in the third quarter by 10, erupting for 22 points in the third frame. And Faith Family Academy wants to call a timeout. So this will allow Lumiere to set something up. A 3-ball, they can make it a 2-point game. They've had so many looks from 3. Very trigger happy from distance. Scouting Lumiere and the report on them early in the season, and just based off the personnel they have very capable 3-point shooters. Jacob Weber and John Sanderson have each taken 8 threes already in this game. Sanderson and Weber have each knocked down a pair. Rivers Knight has. And everyone on the court right now for Lumiere has at least attempted 1 3-pointer. 29 of their 51 shots have come from 3-point range, and they're shooting 28% from 3, but they're just 33% from the floor. So all in all, pretty similar clip when over half their attempts have come from 3-point range. So we'll see what Lumiere does here. Josiah Rose, got to give a lot of credit to him as well on the side for the Eagles. The point guard already 6 assists. 3, Cleveland. You knew they wanted to dial up a triple, and they do just that. Devin Cleveland, 3-pointer to make it a 2-point game. And the 9th from outside for the Lakers. Under a minute to go. Josiah Rose, the sophomore point guard, sets one up, looking for Gavin Placide, and they cough it up. So Lumiere getting the ball back, down by 2. 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Down to the wire. Lumiere just connected their 9th 3 to make it a 2-point game. And now Sanderson has his dribble stopped. It's deflected out of play. Into the hands. Oh, and the dunk is missed. It was deflected into the backcourt. Caden Johnson looking for the highlight reel flush with 25 seconds left. Unable to convert. And a foul called instead. Was a great defensive play to deflect it. They stopped the penetration by Sanderson as he got down low. He kicked it out and deflected it. Looked like it was going out of play. Instead, it went across the timeline and gave him a free run at the rim. Misses it. However, a foul committed off of that. Exactly what Lumiere wanted to do with 25 seconds left. They have to foul. And Faith Family Academy's Gallagher Placide misses the first attempt at the line. So giving Lumiere a chance. Down by 2 with 25 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Next attempt, knocked down. So we mentioned out of last time out, a 3-ball probably was going to be on the menu for Lumiere and head coach Pat Holmes. They were down 5, they hit a 3, made it a 2-point game, got the stop, came back up the floor, down by just 2, and with 25 seconds left, they turn it over. But the Eagles make a critical error, missing a free layup, trying to dunk it, and instead, Lumiere on the loose ball commits a foul, which they were intentionally trying to do, which sends Gallagher Placide, Gavin's twin brother, who Gavin has 19 points tonight, to lead the way of all scorers this afternoon. But he goes 1 of 2 at the foul line. Making one is huge because a 3-ball just ties it if you're the Eagles. And I know plays at the end of the game are certainly magnified, but missing that dunk when you could have just laid it in. We'll see if that goes back to bite the Eagles, because now it gives Lumiere a chance to tie the ball game here in the fourth quarter. A thriller game hanging in the balance here from Duncanville. Rivers Knight to trigger it in. And John Sanderson, 20 seconds left. Setting up the offense. Jacob Weber rises for three and hits! The ball game's tied with 15 seconds left. And the Eagles looking for a final attempt, and they call a timeout. We're knotted at 50. 10 threes made today for Lumiere, and the biggest there from Jacob Weber. His third trifecta ties us at 50 with 11 seconds left. So the Eagles will have a final opportunity. If not, we'll have extra basketball from Duncanville that perhaps could be on the horizon. I believe overtime rules are 4-minute overtimes. We'll get a look and see. But the Eagles right now, they're saying the game's on the line and they're trying to pick up that call. 50-50 though. Jacob Weber knocking down a three to knot us at 50 apiece. The 10th three for the Lakers. They were chucking up threes all game long here from Duncanville. That was the 9th attempt for Jacob Weber. And boy, oh boy, the Purdue signee, the 6'6", 175-pound small forward out of Kearney, Nebraska, and the 4-star pledge to Purdue, ends up knocking it down from distance. Averaged 22 points a game his junior year, transferring to Lumiere in June, played his freshman season at Scottsdale Christian. 10 seconds to go in the fourth. Final attempt here for the Eagles. Caden Johnson, back to Josiah Rose. Three on the timer. Rose goes up and gets fouled, and he'll have a shot to win the game at the foul line. Josiah Rose, an unlikely candidate from distance. He's just 0 for 4 from three-point range this afternoon, and he gets fouled going up for the three ball. And so we'll have foul shots. An interesting way to potentially decide what has been a thrilling game. And Josiah Rose heads to the stripe. The Eagles misfire the first one. Their 5th missed foul shot as a team this afternoon. Josiah Rose, the sophomore out of Arlington. Can he connect? He does. Makes it 51-50 with just under 3 seconds to go in this fourth quarter.
At the free throw line,
Rose, his second year at Faith Family. The sophomore drawing the foul shots. He connects 2 of 3. So it still sets up a chance for Lumiere here. And we've had thrilling action. Jacob Weber tying the game with 10 seconds left about. His third three at 50-50. And then Faith Family able to set something up. And it's Josiah Rose going up from 3, getting fouled, going to the line, missed the first, but knocks down 2 more. So Lumiere, they'll have a chance, but it'll have to be a heave. They don't have much time left. You could get it. You can get a dribble or two, but you'll have to chuck something up. Do you throw it down the court, look for a foul? We'll see what they end up doing. But they'll have an opportunity to set something up on a baseline out of bounds. with the ball advancing their way on the timeout. 52-50, Faith Family Academy leading by 2. Just about 3 seconds left in the ball game. And the ball will be inbounded at midcourt. Another timeout being called, so Eagles wanted to see what Lumiere was going to set up with. And that's the interesting thing. So timeout, you had the ball advanced to midcourt. And off of that, you'll have an opportunity, sideline out-of-bounds plays at the end of games. This is something for Lumiere that Pat Holmes has consistently practiced with this team leading into conference play. And for a team that went 2-7 a year ago within EYBL Scholastic, they want to start off on the right foot, and they'll need to hit a clutch three-point shot if they want to add a win column here in the conference opener. However, for Faith Family Academy, a team new to this league, they come up big in this one if they can hold on, and the third quarter is something we'll look back on, outscoring Lumiere by 10 in the quarter. They trailed the entire game until the third frame, and they've held on since. But can they hold on for a final 2.91 seconds? So into the ball game, Gon Erdin Salongo, Devin Cleveland, Jacob Weber, Gabe Weiss, Jonathan Sanderson to trigger it in. Sanderson lofts it over to Weiss on the corner. 3 from Weber. He hits! Jacob Weber calls game. He tied it at 50, and he ends it at 53-52. Lumiere at the buzzer.
And that's the end of the game. With a final score, Lumiere 53, Faith Family 52. I want you to join me in giving both these teams a round of applause. Come on.
The Purdue signee, Jacob Weber, 4 3-pointers in this one. He tied the game at 50-50. He ends it at 53-52, and Lumiere hits their final 3 shots to win this game. They trailed most of the second half after leading all the first 2 quarters, and Jacob Weber plays hero ball this afternoon. Lumiere opens up conference play with a victory. What a thrilling finish for Pat Holmes. They drew up those plays all off season long, and those summer workouts end up paying off dividends for Jacob Weber, and he knocks down a massive 3 and a buzzer beater. What a great ball game we had this afternoon. It wraps us up here on League Ready. Final score, Lumiere 53, Faith Family Academy 52. Jacob Weber wins it at the buzzer with a 3-ball as time expires. We say so long from Duncanville. I'm Will Connerly. We'll talk to you tomorrow. League Ready Hoops back here on Action and Sunday as well as we close out the weekend. 53-52, Lumiere wins it. We say so long.
Can we get somebody?